Sorry, Tanktop fans, but I'm going immediately into webcomic spoilers in this one. So if you only follow the manga and you don't want to know what's going to happen in the future of the story, I suggest you check out now. Given the events of chapter 128 of the webcomic, it is definitely the time to finally talk about Tanktop Master. Now, before that even happened, I planned on making this video because I knew something like that was going to happen. Because, back in chapter 107 of the webcomic, we definitely got like kind of a teaser that he was going to have a future in, the upcoming storylines, because more or less all of the storylines that are happening right now have been set up in that chapter or before that. Like Sonic and My Mask, and then we had the Zombie Man and the Dr. Gina stuff, but then we had Tanktop Master. So Tanktop Master is finally coming to fruition, and I knew that this was going to be a really beneficial moment for him. This wasn't going to be like, oh, okay, Tanktop Master goes away or something, like bang, or no, it's like Tanktop Master is finally coming into, like, I guess you could say his prime, I suppose, maybe. Like, I think he's really going to get a big significant push in the series, or at least I really hope that one decides to take this character in that direction. So let me also, say that I'm very confused by Tanktop Master, and I always have been. Not just as him, like, as a character within the world of One Punch Man. I mean, like, just him as a character in general, and how one writes him. Because I want to think, like, I want to believe that there is a greater purpose for this character, and like there's like some kind of hidden genius to him. I'm not saying that he's hiding his intellect from us. I think what we see is what we get. I think he's maybe the most genuine character in the series, possibly, or at least one of them for sure. Like, there's no irony to this character at all. He is just, straight up what you see is what you get. And I really like that. And it's an interesting contrast from the other colorful, like, opinionated, the characters that think they're the main character of their own series, as they've literally have said sometimes. Tanktop Master is like a legitimate gag character here. Like, there might not be anything beneath the surface to him. He might just be like this, like, literal just living joke or living meme that one has created in this series that he just, I don't know, uses for some kind of like amusement or some kind of like experimental character development, because as we know, One Punch Man does subvert tropes, and sometimes one can kind of be cruel with his characters. Like, it's interesting because he won't kill them. He'll always kill the monsters, but he'll never kill the humans or the like super main characters or anything like that, but he will play with them and twist them. It's very interesting, but it brings me to Tanktop Master and the recent development, because let's just go back to like what he just says in chapter 107 that starts off, this ascension for him. Because first of all, in the webcomic, Tanktop Master, like a lot of the other S-Class heroes, doesn't really get a lot of development. Like the manga, does a lot of justice to these characters, which they deserve. But the webcomic, I don't really think it was needed for that time, because, obviously he knew the manga was coming, so it's kind of just like the foundation for things. So that being said, Tanktop Master kind of just gets whooped by Garo, and then that's it. And then just fast forward to like the Neo Heroes arc, more or less, time frame. And he's meeting up with the Tank Toppers after that. And he basically says that, like, everything sucks right now. There's like Tank Toppers that are retiring and stuff. And he says, so that I can stand with pride again, I have to retrain myself so that the tank top can shine. So that's, standard battle manga training setup, off panel, as we assume. I really didn't think we were going to see him training, at least definitely not in the webcomic. And that's fine. I don't need to see him training, just off panel, do whatever you need to do. And I thought that maybe he was going to have some kind of like character growth or development or something, but no. Once again, one is just like, nah, if you really thought I was going to be serious with this character, you were wrong, because in chapter 128, it turns out that this big ascension, this big revelation to Tanktop Master is just him simply putting on a tighter tank top. And it's like, it's whatever. I'm on board with it. I'm not even mad at this, because like I said, this is like a weird experimental character that I think one is playing with here. Now, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that really seems that way, because if you compare Tanktop Master to the rest of the characters in this series, especially the main characters who have clear motives and clear personality and distinct traits to them, Tanktop Master is just so bizarre and just He's like an empty vessel compared to them. So the fact that he's just changing tank tops is making him so significantly powerful that he can compete against a dragon here is hilarious. And it doesn't even need any justifications. Because I don't think Tanktop Master is playing by the rules that everybody else is playing by here. But anyway, let's break down this new tank top that Tanktop Master has discovered, because this is where I get the phrase meteoric burst Tanktop Master, because this is him, ladies and gentlemen. So he says, attack specialized tight tank top. This tight sensation from the increased pressure stretches the body and temporarily raises the tank top power, but has a time limit due to it being suffocating. I have to win in 3 minutes. So, like I said in the review of this chapter, that sounds super familiar, and that's because it sounds like Meteoric Burst from Boros, because like after he does that transformation, he says something very similar to this. And come on, put two together here. We might be looking at like Tanktop Master getting like a similar power boost. No, I'm not saying he's going to like above dragon, of course, nothing like that. But I'm saying we might be seeing like, I don't know, maybe like a high demon going to like low dragon here. Just taking a guess, or at least I certainly hope so, because Tanktop Master, he's not a weakling. And a lot of people, kind of think that, and it's understandable because he's pushed to the side, even by one himself. But if you really look at the core of Tanktop Master's feats, they're actually pretty impressive. Like, he's so impressive that he is used as a metric of strength. And I think any characters that are used like that in the series are typically impressive characters, like Deep Sea King, Tanktop Master, Boros. These are all like units of measurement that we use. And one kind of set it up that way as well, because, Genos is like, Garo, when he's fighting Genos, he's like, oh wow, he's just as strong as Tanktop Master. Garo implying that, like, okay, in his mind, a super impressive level of strength is Tanktop Master. It's like, that is like the gatekeeping level of that. Like, if you were as strong as Tanktop Master, then he's like, okay, you have my respect. Also, compare Tanktop Master versus Garo to Tanktop Master versus Metal Bat. I think that should tell you a lot. And also, don't forget, Metal Bat was pumped up when he was going against Garo. Not hating on Metal Bat. I know you guys think I do, but I'm not. I'm just looking at it for what it is. Tanktop Master is more impressive than we give him credit for. And I hope that we see that in his fight with the Heavy Smoker, who is a disaster level dragon for some reason. Not going to question it. Dragons are dragons because they are. Biology just works that way in their world. But I think this guy is probably one of the weaker dragons. And I really hope that Tanktop Master is going to solo this guy, because he needs that. Because in my mind, at least, which is definitely not one's mind, which I'll get into, but where I see this going, and like I said, I hope this is going, is that he struggles against him, of course, and he defeats him within the 3 minutes time limit. Since like he can't breathe, it's suffocating him. We see that the Heavy Smoker probably has like a smoke attack, we can assume. That's probably going to play together with this here, and maybe he'll be able to overcome him because the tank top is allowing him to like not breathe in the smoke or something like that, and then he defeats him. Okay, in a perfect world that happens. Now Tanktop Master is one of the very few S-Class heroes, especially in the webcomic, to have soloed a dragon. That is a very big deal. So now another thing that's happening here is the S-Class rankings are kind of like all messed up, and there's going to be new S-Class rankings. I mean, I think there's like a 75% chance that one is going to introduce new S-Class rankings in the future, because that would make just a super exciting chapter. And also, the Hero Association has to have some kind of response to the Neo Heroes, because obviously it's shown that they are aware of the Neo Heroes and they are worried about them. So if they like shake up the rankings here, and after we see what happens with these dragon battles, because I think Genos is going to defeat a dragon, Tanktop Master is going to defeat his dragon, and Suiko, believe it or not, is probably going to defeat her dragon, which is G6 as well, and then the new S-Class rankings will be formed. And I think in like the top 7 or the top 10 or something, it's going to be like Genos, Tanktop Master, and Suiko in there. Blast is probably going to still be there because they love Blast. Tatsumaki, we'll see what happens with her, but like, think about all the other heroes who have gone over to the Neo Heroes. Think about Bang retiring, everything. It's like, I think Tanktop Master is going to be having big moments in the future of this, or at least I hope it does. But going back to what I said about one's mind, for all we know, he just gets stomped by Heavy Smoker, and then that's it. Like, nothing happens from this. It was just a gag moment. He gets squashed, and then he just goes back to, I don't know, on his journey to getting stronger again, maybe. I'm serious. Like, one could do that, but I hope that he doesn't. But let me know what you think is going to happen with Tanktop Master in the future of the story, guys. I love this character. I hope you guys do, too. But if you liked the video, please give it a like. Also have a Patreon that gives you access to a weekly Q&A. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.